I just realized I've made a mistake.
An even worse color.
Really underwhelming.
Never doing candy glass ever again.
So I have to come up with a plan B to fix this. Hello and happy Christmas season. So as you probably know, today I'm going to be making a medieval gingerbread house. And after I'm done, it's going to be donated to a festival to be viewed by thousands of people. So it has to look good. So I've never built a gingerbread house on my own before, but I have my recipe right here. Oh my God, there are so many instructions. Well, I'd better get started. So the first thing I have to do is making the cookies because I can freeze those and do everything else at a later day. And this is most definitely going to take multiple days. Bowl. Also keep in mind that this is not a tutorial. I have no idea what I'm doing. So if you want to make your own gingerbread house, watch a different video, not this one. However, if you want to see me struggle, stick around. So I have to start by here. And in the meantime, I have to mix in some dry ingredient. 4 cups of flour. There's not enough in here. Now some sugar. 3/4 cup molasses. That's concerning. I need to check this. The butter was like bubbling crazy. I think the butter was too hot, so I moved it off the heat. Oh wait, I wasn't supposed to add the molasses yet. I'm dumb. Oh well. It should actually go in that. Please try to ignore the half that ended up in this bowl. Baking soda, salt. When will I ever learn? Cinnamon, nutmeg, and some ground ginger. Now I'm supposed to mix just the dry ingredients together, but somehow some molasses made it in there. It smells like gingerbread. To do the wet ingredients, there's a few more things I need to add. Corn syrup and a bit of orange zest. I think it's burning.
Huh?
I'm just gonna let that cool down for a bit. And we're back to this angle. Doesn't smell too burnt. Okay, now it's time to mix. Oh my God, this smells so good. We're supposed to add a bit of water. That is so good. But I'm honestly starting to wonder if I made enough because the board I was given is quite large. So now I have to roll it out. Is it supposed to be this texture? I'm mostly just hoping it's the right thickness. So first things first, I should probably come up with a plan. I'm thinking of having a main house building with like a super steep roof with maybe a little bit off to the side. I'm gonna keep the shape pretty simple so I can do more for the details. I'm honestly not really feeling the festive spirit yet, because in reality, I'm filming this in October. Outside literally looks like this. There's not even any snow. But this house still has to be ready in a few weeks, because the festival's in late November. I'm just hoping this turns out good. And I don't know if I should be concerned. Another thing that I'm not sure about is whether to cut out the windows and doors before it goes in the oven or after. I'm gonna go with after because they're gonna be really small because the scale's pretty small. I also don't know how much I need to space these out. Like, I'm hoping this is enough. Probably, right? I mean, how much can they expand? I think I'll have just the exact amount I need. There, I just finished cutting everything and I only have this left over. I might as well bake it too for testing. And now the only thing that I have to do is to bake it. So after I had cut everything out, I took all the pieces and put them in the oven. Then I had to bake them for a while. It's ready. This smells so good. So I pulled them out and they actually turned out not bad. So I may or may not have done some procrastination, and I only have 3 days to finish this entire house before it's seen by thousands of people. I'm going to have to hurry because there's really not much time left. But on another note, the gingerbread did turn out really good. I tried it and it tastes really great. But the next step is to make marshmallow Rice Krispie cake so that I can kind of put the house on a hill and do more terrain and stuff. Because it'd be pretty boring if the house was just sitting on a flat piece of land. So I have my recipe right here. So I'm gonna make this and then I'm gonna form the terrain. I just realized I've made a mistake. This is one of the walls of the house. Yeah, it is way too small and I'm worried it'll be really underwhelming. So I have to come up with a plan B to fix this because this isn't gonna cut it. I've decided to make a few more houses to go along with the first one because then we'll have like this cute little village situation and I think that'll just be awesome. So I'm gonna just speed run a second batch of gingerbread. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. Okay, everything turned out really good. But the next step is going to be making glass to fill the windows. But there's a rule that everything has to be edible. So I'll be making candy glass. This actually looks pretty simple. Come with me. So I need to mix 2 cups of sugar in here. I ran out of 1 cup, so I'm using halves. Actually, I don't need that much. Maybe I'll just cut the recipe in half. But I also need to add water and corn syrup. So now I need to stir this until it gets to 300 degrees. So the recipe doesn't actually say if it's degrees Celsius or degrees Fahrenheit, but I'm gonna have to assume Fahrenheit. This is gonna take a long time. So I have a bit of a problem. It's almost at the right temperature, but I need to transfer it to a baking sheet with parchment paper on it. However, I have to also be stirring this constantly, so I can't prep the baking sheet. So if I leave this, I won't have anything to transfer it to, but I need to transfer it to something, but then maybe this will burn. I guess I just have to hope for the best. Okay, now it's time to transfer it. Please work, please work, please work. This is really, really bad. My heart rate is at like 500 right now. Oh God, I don't know how I'm gonna clean this up. But at least I have glass and it looks pretty good. Although it might be a little bit thick. I guess we'll find out soon if it worked. All right, so it's the next day and that was incredibly stressful. But at least the glass turned out good. Let me just break it apart so I can use the bits as windows. This is a bit thicker than I was expecting. But anyway, the next step is going to be adding these to the walls and then adding a few fondant details because I think it'll be easier to do it when the walls are all separate and after I glue everything together because then it might be hard to get to certain areas. Anyway, now I have to make some icing. I think I'm supposed to just make some icing sugar, some corn syrup, and some water until I get the right consistency. I'm just gonna eyeball it and hope for the best. Oh, this is way too runny. I have no idea what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I should just keep adding more. When did that ever go wrong? I think it's actually getting there. I should probably do a test. So I have a spare bit of gingerbread here and I'm just gonna add a little bit and then glue a piece of glass. Oh, that is way too much. I'll let that dry while I'm mixing some food coloring. I don't know how much I'll need. Let's start with that. Oh, I'm going to need a lot more. I think I have to add some orange. Oh no, that was way too much. Maybe a bit of purple to try and neutralize it. Oh no, this is going very bad. That's way too cool toned. I need yellow. Wait, that's actually not a bad match. I think I just need more brown. There, I'd say it's probably close enough to the color of the gingerbread that it shouldn't be too noticeable. Okay, now let's test this glass. Ooh, okay. It still needs more time to dry, but it does seem really runny compared to what I have seen in the past. So maybe I should just add more of this. Oh wait, does that mean I'll need more brown dye? Oh no, probably. That's much better, but the color needs to be a bit darker now. The amount of food coloring in here is very concerning. Oh yeah, the color match is very good. Okay, I think I'm actually ready to start adding the windows to the buildings. I didn't even tell you why we're doing glass. So basically everything has to be edible except we're allowed to add lights. And I'm planning on adding lights because they just look so good. But if I add them, I would love the light to shine through windows in the houses because I think that would just be so cute. So that's why I decided to do glass. Anyway, I think it's time to roll a glass applying time lapse. So let's go. check on the glass. But overall, everything looks great. Wait, why are we missing some? Did I just forget to do them? Wait, these are actually really secure. I guess my icing was good. So I did it, but this did leave quite a mess. Before I do anything else, I have to let this dry. But in the meantime, I can roll out and texture some fondant. I'm planning on doing Tudor style wood details around all the windows and stuff made out of fondant. So I bought an entire jar. This kind of smells weird. That is so sweet. But I'm going to roll it out and then carve little wooden details into it. Come with me to the only spot of counter I have left. Time to roll this out. Oh wait, I forgot to mix in a color. Dark brown. I need way more brown. Why does this look so purple? I'm gonna add some orange to neutralize it. Oh no, I added way too much. It's dripping everywhere. Somehow I didn't add enough and this is still purple. Maybe I'll try yellow. Okay, now it's really sticky and it's an even worse color. I don't think there's any way to turn this into more brown. Don't worry, I can use this for like the roof or something. I should have just bought fondant that was already brown. This is not going well. I think that's as close as I'm gonna get. It's not exactly a rich, deep brown, is it? Oh, it's too sticky to even roll out. Maybe it's the matte. I found this, maybe it'll work. To add details to that, I've cleaned one of my paintbrushes and I'm going to take a bit of food coloring and then just draw little lines. Wait, this is actually working so good. Okay, now I'm just gonna add some lines just for some extra wood grain texture. Okay, that is crazy. Okay, I'll just cut this into strips now. It's nice, but I don't think I'll have enough. I'm gonna take a lunch break right now, but in a few minutes, I'm gonna add all the wooden details to the house. This is such a big mess. Oh my god. There's still more I have to do. The next step is to add details around the windows. These edges do look pretty rough. So I'm thinking of adding little shutters for the cutesy vibe. And then I'm gonna put pieces on the top and the bottom just to cover up the rest of the edges. But that means I have to color more fondant. Red dye mix. I need to add that there's enough food dye in here to send a Victorian child into a coma. Roll, brush, and cut. Now I'll be placing these shutters onto these houses. Let's go. Okay, so it's the next day, and I'd say the shutters look pretty cute. They're not perfect, but I still think they add a really cute touch. But anyway, today I'm gonna try to focus on the assembly. To do that, I think I need something really sticky because I'm not sure the icing is gonna be enough to hold everything together. But I also need to even out the base just a little bit so that everything can sit just a bit more level. And to do that, I'm gonna try remaking the glass. Hopefully it goes better than last time. That is a lot of sugar. Now it's time to mix. Yummy. This is gonna take a long time. We're almost there. Well, this didn't go to plan. A bit dripped down here, so I'm just gonna take a bit of time to clean this up. I am never doing candy glass ever again. Please, never make candy glass. It's not worth it. I've made it twice and it's gone wrong twice. Although to be fair, it's probably just a skill issue, but still. Anyway, now it's time to assemble the houses. I'm thinking I'll put the big one in this corner. Oh no. Hopefully the icing from yesterday is still good. Why does this keep happening? Oh, this is upside down. Wait, maybe I could use some of the spare sugar. Oh yeah, that's way stronger. Sometime one of these is gonna break and I'm gonna be really sad. I swear, I need a better system for this. Maybe if I just hold this for 20 minutes, it'll be okay. Maybe I should just start taking objects and propping it up with that. So it's been a little while. And I have actually made some really good progress. Most notably the roofs, which were even more painful than building the house. But anyway, the next thing I want to do is add fondant to some of these corners because they're looking a little rough. All right, so I got some fondant and I again have to mix in like 3 kilograms of food coloring. Now time to mix this all in. Wait, I actually managed to get this so close to the color of the gingerbread. What can I say? I guess I'm just cracked at color matching. Okay, and now I'm gonna start cutting and stuffing the corners. The corners, but you might have also noticed that I added some black corn syrup mixed with food dye just to add a bit of depth and texture to the walls. After that, I'm just gonna brush it with some icing sugar just to get a more frosted look. Oh my god, this just looks incredible. I'm so happy with the frosty look. I think it makes it just look so cold. It's perfect. Now, as you can probably tell, I started the roofs. I thought I should just do a layer fondant so that when I add the shingles, if there's any gaps, it won't be that obvious. And this will also give them a better surface to stick to. Now, I did run out of fondant, as you can probably tell, so I'll have to do the shingles later after I get some. In the meantime, I can do the layer of snow that's gonna go on top of this terrain because let's be honest, this looks pretty bad. So first I'm gonna mix up a thicker icing just to cover the entire base with. And then later on, I'll be able to cover it with a really thin layer of icing just for that fresh snow look. All right, so now I can start pouring this on the base. Off camera, I actually added in just a second layer just to fill some of the gaps. And I kept it off the roads just so that I can do something with them later. But I actually bought more fondant so I can finally do the roof. I'm going to start by covering up the rest of this roof with fondant. And then I'm going to cut up a ton of small shingle to cover up this horrible layer. So let's get into it. so happy with the way this turned out. I mean, just look at it. I love how frosty everything looks. And the shingles just turned out so cute. I didn't have that much time to do all the tiny details, but I think it still turned out amazing. But you know what? There's a problem. I made all of this, but my Christmas spirit was still dead. I'm honestly not really feeling the festive spirit yet, because in reality, I'm filming this in October, but then it finally happened. Oh my god, it finally snowed. Girl, this isn't a Hallmark movie. What do you mean? Of course it is. Just shut up. Okay, but for real, I'm about to go to the festival to finally see my gingerbread house there. But first, I have to ask you something. Are you subscribed? Because if you made it this far into the video, you obviously enjoyed it. And especially as a small channel, it really helps a lot. Okay, let's go to the festival. All right, so as soon as I got to the festival, I ran to the gingerbread house section. It was right there. The most surprising thing for me was that it actually sold for $200. All this money will be donated to the local children's hospital. It's just so amazing to think that someone would actually pay $200 for something that I made. I'm so happy to have made this donation, and I'm so glad that I was able to make this gingerbread house, and I'm so happy with the results. But if you want to see another crazy house, check out this video where I made a house in just 12 hours. Alternatively, you could just look at this playlist, which has a ton of other things that I made. All right, well, see ya, bye.